So, hey guys, welcome back with another video on Cyber War Labs where you get to learn about cybersecurity, red teaming, ethical hackings, and penetration testings. So, guys, in this video, we are gonna see a very important topics for those people who are preparing for their first cybersecurity jobs or they have just passed out from their college. So guys, I'm not gonna say you all that thing again that you if you don't know about my channels, if you don't know about like all the stuff, why my channels, like what types of videos I upload. If you want, you can just go to my channels, you can see what types of videos I upload. But in this video, I'm not gonna waste your time. I will start the topics right now. So guys, in this topic we're gonna learn about VAPT. So I know everyone know about the VAPT, what exactly it is, but when the times comes for the interviews, the people who know only that what is nmap, how nmap works, like what is wiresharks, but they don't know the core concept behind it. Okay, like what is the process, okay, what are the protocols, what are the procedures like nmap follow to gather the information, perform the enumeration of the target, how wireshark work. Everyone know how to run the wireshark but don't know what is the protocols, what are the process behind that giving the information by them, that tools, how they work. So we're gonna learn about each and everything. As you know, if you're working somewhere, if you'll try to give the interview as a VAPT or a cyber security analyst. So guys, let me clear you. First of all, the penetration testing is divided into 4 steps. First of all, you should know web application testing, network testings, API testings, and like you should also know about Android or iOS testing. Okay, in this video guys, I'm gonna cover web application testing, what types of vulnerabilities you can find out. Just suppose example, you are a VAPT analyst, okay, and you have given a task that you have to perform the web application testing, but you don't know how to do it. Okay, so at that point you will get blank if you are like a fresher, if you are a new student, or if you are trying to find out the internship. So in this video I'm try to like help you out what types of vulnerability we can like report in our VAPTs, okay, in our while making a VAPT report. So let's start. So what I'm gonna do now guys, for testing, for where I can perform the testings, I have already taken a lab. As you can see, here it is. Okay, so this is our website where we're gonna perform all the attacks, and these websites allow authorized to perform each and every attack. So let me just go here, home of Aquantics, like this. And here it's already mentioned that this is not a real shop. Basically anyone can come here and perform the penetration testing attack. They can perform the SQL injections attack, cross-site scripting accesses, and also CSRF, which means you can perform all types of attacks. But now what we're gonna do now, we'll try to find out the vulnerabilities. As I said in the beginning only, that we are gonna perform the web application testing, not a network. So in the network we are not going to touch IP address. We will only try to find out the as much as detail possible from the web resources. Okay, so right now from this website we can only get a little bit of detail from the Webalizer. If you don't know about the Webalizer, you can just go and install that extensions. So Webalizer will give you a little bit details about the what are the technologies which is used in the websites. As you can see that there is a version, Nginx version 1.19.0 which is using, and also the PHP version it's showing 5.16.40, which comes under the outdated and vulnerable components. Okay, so whenever you see something like this, so you can mark in your VAPT reports this is like a vulnerable and outdated components. Apart from that also, you can also create another opportunity to mark in a vulnerability as a version disclosure. Okay, so right now here you can see in the Webalizer, with the help of Webalizer only, we got some basic details like where we can mark, until unless we don't figure out that this version is vulnerable to some kind of attacks. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, we can simply take the screenshot of such things, and we can paste in our report. So if I'll just go here, okay, if I want to just come here, I'll come here and I will just paste it. Okay, now this is my first raw report. Like we can see the proof of concept POC, and if I'll come back to my Kali machine back, now what we're gonna do now, I'll try to look for the internet. I will try to look on the internet that is there vulnerability is there or not. PHP 5.6.40 exploit. Okay, we'll try to see if any vulnerability is available. So yes, as you can see on the exploit DB that for my LMS 5.6.40 there is a vulnerability of CSRF, which means an attacker can change the admin emails by performing these attacks. So we can also take this, now we can mark as a high vulnerability after exploiting this thing. Okay, so now what we can do, we can take the screenshot of this also to show our client that yes, these types of versions or using PHP version can be harmful for your systems or can be harmful for your web application. So kindly upgrade this from the for with the latest version. Okay, so now we have got two POCs, which means first of all that the version is disclosing, second is that the version what is disclosing is vulnerable to CSRF attack, which means attacker can perform the cross-site request forgery and they can change the primary email or the admin emails of the authorized users, right? So now what we're gonna do now, as we got this much of details, like in the beginning only we figure out that the website is using like PHP, which is outdated and vulnerable components. Apart from that, the website is also using the Nginx version 1.19.0, right? So next what we can do, as I said that we're not gonna perform any network scanning. So what I'm gonna do now, let's check that the WAF is enabled or not. Okay, like web advanced firewall is enabled or not. For that I'm gonna use WAF, which comes with the pre-installed in Kali Linux. Here we go, and simply I'll paste the URL here and let's see. Yeah, so now you can see that the no WAF detected by the generic detection, which means there is a no WAF enabled on this website. So I'm just giving you an example. In the real world environment also you have to do the same types of penetration testing. So we can mark this also as a vulnerability. It will go in the low until unless this not creating any problems. Okay, so we can mark this vulnerability as a low, and we can say that our client kindly deploy the WAF behind the website, which will help your website to protect from such attacks like CSRF accesses and all that. Now what we're gonna do now, we'll open our burp to find out the details like more, that the what are the what types of technologies or like the data which is going from browser to server is encrypted or not, what types of encryption is using. Apart from that, we can also give us one other vulnerability, that website is using HTTP protocol, which means it says not redirecting, no reverse proxy is enabled, and website is not using the HTTPS protocol, which can be very dangerous for the website, which means attacker can monitor this website, they can perform the MITM man in the middle attack, and whatever the details will be shared from by the users to server end, that can be intercepted by the attacker. So how it will gonna done, let me show you. Proxy, and now if I'll just come and if I'll enable my burp, here you can see, and now what I'm gonna do now, I'll simply click on the sign up. Okay, here we go. So what it's giving, basically resources does not exist, not found. Okay, fine, let me first of all disable this, and now what we will try again. And yes, now you can see that we can log in with this website. If you're already registered, please enter your login information. So what I'm gonna do now, this time I will open the Foxy proxy, or like I'll enable the Foxy proxy, and then I'll enable the intercept. What will happen now, before sending the data to the server, the traffic will be intercepted by the burp suite and it will redirect to intruder. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll simply give the test to check that the data which is going to the server is encrypted or not. So if I'll click on the login, and here we go back. Okay, fine, something is wrong. I think my burp suite is not enabled. Okay, fine, it's enabled, but still it's not giving me the details. So what I can go, I'll simply open the browser from here only, and let me just what I can do, disable this. Let me disable this burp, or we can do one thing or more. I'll simply copy this URL and we'll come back here, and this time let me just disable the interceptor so I can access this website, and here we go. So now I'll open the interceptor again on. Now if I'll just give the test, and let's turn on this, and now if I'll click on the login, and boom, now here you can see we have successfully captured the request. And now if I'll just send to the request to the repeater, and if I'll send this request to my response section, so let's see what we will get. First of all, guys, you can see that the username and the password is going without any encryption. Okay, right, like there is no base 64 encoding or nothing, like no encryption is enabled. So we can mark this also as a vulnerability in our VAPT reports. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'll take the raw POC. Here we go, and I can just simply paste it. Okay, now apart from that, also if you'll see properly, that we can also see that there is no security headers are implemented, right? There is no security headers are implemented, which can also mark it as a vulnerability to our client, and we can say them that kindly implement all the security headers, like HTTPS is not there, like XSS is not implemented, XFrame option is not implemented, and apart from that CSP is also not implemented. So we can also mark this as a vulnerability, and we can tell our client that these are the vulnerabilities which we have figured out in your website. In the real world you will not see such vulnerabilities, but yeah, this is the steps which you need to follow if you are performing as a VAPT of a web application. So hope you guys understand little bit about VAPT, how to perform the web application testing, and in the next video I'm gonna show you more and more detailed things. As of now, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe this video, guys.